Why manifestations are delayed or blocked, metaphysical causes, and energetic influence. The vibrational nature of manifestation. Manifestation, in the spiritual sense, hinges on the principle that like energy attracts like energy. This is articulated in the law of vibration, which states that we attract outcomes by matching the vibrational frequency of our desires. In simple terms, everything, our thoughts, emotions, and intentions, carries an energetic frequency, and what we consistently feel or assume will tend to materialize in our reality. If we maintain a high-frequency state, feelings of love, gratitude, confidence, we align with positive outcomes. Conversely, persistently low vibrations, feelings of fear, doubt, anger, can slow or delay manifestations because they attract experiences of a similar low frequency. Modern psychology echoes this idea in a different way. A negativity bias in our minds can make us focus on fears and setbacks, inadvertently giving those unwanted scenarios more power to materialize. Understanding manifestation as a vibrational process means recognizing that it's not just our personal energy at play. The energies around us also interplay with our own. We are not alone. How external energies influence us. We do not manifest our goals in a vacuum. Human beings are inherently social and energetic beings, constantly exchanging energy with the environment and people around them. According to concepts of collective consciousness, we are all connected in a subtle web of thoughts and vibrations. Ever notice how spending time with a cheerful friend can leave you feeling uplifted, while being around a chronic complainer can drag you down? This is not just imagination. It's an intuitive reading of energy. Research in emotional psychology has shown that moods are literally contagious, spreading through groups unconsciously. In fact, one study found that while both positive and negative moods spread, bad moods are more potent and infectious. In everyday terms, one person's gloom can darken the whole room. Our bodies can sense this. Some people make us feel light and energized, whereas others leave us feeling heavy or drained, as our nervous system picks up on their emotional state. Importantly, mass consciousness, or the overall energy in our community and society, also affects us. Think of it as the emotional weather. When the collective atmosphere is filled with fear, anger, or pessimism, for example, during times of social upheaval, it can subtly infect our mood and outlook, amplifying any stress or anxiety we already have. Just as smoke in the air irritates our lungs, ambient negativity in the collective field can irritate our spirit, making it harder to stay positive. This means our personal manifestation efforts are influenced, for better or worse, by the energy soup we're swimming in. We are not alone in the universe. We live in an ocean of energies, and those external vibrations can either lift us up or pull us down. The 5-to-1 energetic ratio, why negativity weighs more. One striking metaphysical insight, echoed by psychology, is that negative energy carries disproportionate weight. This is sometimes described as a 5-to-1 ratio, meaning it may take 5 positive intentions to counteract one equally strong negative intention. In human experience, bad experiences and emotions tend to be louder than good ones. Psychologists Roy Baumeister and others call this the bad is stronger than good principle. Our brains react more intensely to negative stimuli, a likely survival mechanism. In the context of manifestation and co-creation, this means that one person broadcasting negativity can outweigh the uplift from several people thinking positively. For example, in relationship research, it's been observed that couples need roughly 5 positive interactions to make up for one harsh or negative interaction in order to stay happy. In group dynamics, similar patterns hold. A bad apple teammate with toxic behavior can spoil the productivity and mood of an entire team, whereas a few good team members can't necessarily unspoil the situation at the same magnitude. In other words, negative influence is powerful and sticky, often requiring a surplus of positive energy to balance it out. This negativity-weighted balance explains why even a single jealous or pessimistic person in your orbit can delay or derail manifestations. Their comments, doubts, or subtle hostile vibes introduce resistance into the energetic field of your intentions. You might be envisioning success and feeling good about your desire, but if someone close to you keeps injecting fear, are you sure you can do that? Cynicism. Things never work out for people like us, or envy-fueled criticism. Those vibrations can seep into your subconscious. Unless you're extremely grounded and shielded, that one voice of doubt can sound louder than a chorus of encouragement. Our evolutionary wiring makes us pay extra attention to potential threats or negative signals, so we might inadvertently give more mental and emotional real estate to the lone skeptic at the table than to all the supportive people. This is why managing the energetic ratio of your environment is crucial. It's not about sheer numbers of positive people around you, but about ensuring that negativity isn't wielding a disproportionate influence over your mindset. Jealousy, envy, and energetic sabotage. One particularly potent form of negative energy is jealousy or envy. When we talk about metaphysical causes for delayed manifestation, the envy or ill will of others is often highlighted in spiritual traditions. Many cultures have long believed in the concept of the evil eye, a malevolent glare or thought directed at you out of envy or hatred, which is believed to cause misfortune to the target. In essence, this folk concept recognizes that someone else's negative focus on you can send a jinx or jarring energy your way, throwing you off your highest vibration. Colorful evil eye talismans on display. Many cultures use such amulets to ward off the evil eye, the projected negative energy of jealousy or malice. When a person secretly or openly resents your success or desires, their thought energy can intermingle with the situation. Metaphysically speaking, jealousy creates an energetic link between the envious person and the object of their envy. One spiritual author explains it like this: envy or jealous thoughts act like black paint dropped into your clear energy field, creating a low-frequency link that drains energy from your positive experience to match their negative vibration. If you've ever had something wonderful suddenly go awry after someone gave you a disparaging look or backhanded compliment, you may have experienced this effect. The jealous person's unconscious message, "I hope you fail," or "you don't deserve that," attaches to your manifestation and can manifest as obstacles, delays, or a streak of bad luck that's hard to explain. In the vivid example given by Amelia Burt, you might buy a lovely new pair of shoes and feel great, high vibration, white energy. Then a friend comments with envy and the next day your new shoes get ruined in the mud. That negative link lowered the vibration of your enjoyment, sinking it to a less fortunate outcome. The evil eye belief acknowledges that these effects can be intentional or unintentional. Sometimes people consciously wish you ill, but often they don't even realize their envy is sending out a subtle curse. They might smile and congratulate you, but inside they think, why them and not me? And it's the energy behind the thought that matters. That energy can vibrate in a low frequency and cause the level of vibration in that area of your life to drop, creating a negative flow of events. So, if you find your manifestations stalling despite your positive thinking, consider whether someone in your environment is secretly pushing against your intention. This isn't to encourage paranoia or blame others for everything, but to recognize an energetic dynamic. We are co-creators, and sometimes others co-create against our wishes, knowingly or not. Awareness of this allows us to take countermeasures, which we'll discuss soon. The key is that jealousy and ill will are not just emotions in a vacuum. They are real energetic influences. Left unchecked, they can act like sand in the engine of your manifestation, grinding things to a halt. Case study: the toxic and energetic interference. To illustrate how another person's energy can tangibly affect others, let's consider a real-world example. Imagine a family gathering where everyone is generally positive and excited to share good news, but also in attendance is your mean and energetically heavy aunt, a multimillionaire with a bitter attitude. The moment she walks into the room, you can feel the atmosphere change. She doesn't overtly cast spells or do anything dramatic. It's her presence, the scowl on her face, the judgmental eyes, the subtle tension she carries, that spreads an energetic shadow over the event. Physically, family members might start to feel uneasy or on edge in her company. Conversations that were joyful may fizzle out or take a negative turn. Perhaps she interjects with snide remarks, or people preemptively censor their good news to avoid her disparaging comments. Some may even experience stress responses, a tightness in the chest, a knot in the stomach, developing a slight headache, which are signs of your body reacting to a hostile energy field. Psychologically, relatives become defensive or anxious. They may walk on eggshells to avoid triggering the aunt's wrath. This is a textbook example of how one highly negative individual can dominate a group's vibrational field. Researchers have observed that in small groups, a single toxic person can be the catalyst for a downward spiral. Others withdraw socially, communication suffers, and a once cheerful group becomes conflict-ridden and stressed. In our family scenario, the aunt's negative aura essentially entrains everyone else's mood to her low vibration, disrupting others' well-being and energetic flow. Now, let's connect this to manifestation. Suppose one of the family members, say a cousin, has been trying to manifest a new job opportunity or improved health. When the toxic aunt is around, that cousin might notice their confidence wavers. If the aunt learns of their aspirations, she might say things like, "Are you sure you can handle that new job? Seems risky," or "You're looking thin. Are you sure you're healthy?" Such comments, laced with doubt or envy, maybe she can't stand others being happier or more successful, can seed doubt in the cousin's own mind. Energetically, the aunt's influence can create an unconscious sabotage. The cousin may start second-guessing their abilities, or their mood sinks low enough that they stop vibrating optimism about their goal. In spiritual terms, the aunt's presence is blocking the cousin's solar plexus, personal power center, and heart energy with her heavy, dark cloud, unless the cousin is very practiced in maintaining a high vibration regardless of environment. Not everyone in that family has strong energetic boundaries, so most get swept into her field. Family members have reported feeling completely drained or even physically ill after these gatherings, needing days to recover from the aunt's oppressive vibe. Interestingly, sometimes the universe itself intervenes when one person's energy is too incompatible with the group. You might notice that during one gathering, the aunt suddenly has to step out of the room for a lengthy phone call, or perhaps she even falls mildly ill and skips an event. Immediately, everyone feels the atmosphere change dramatically, a literal sigh of relief in the energy. When that negative influence is gone, it's like a dense cloud lifted. Conversations become lively again, people laugh and help each other, and the whole vibration of the room returns to warmth. In the example of an office environment, one notoriously caustic employee went on sick leave, and coworkers spontaneously started playing music and socializing happily, only to revert to tension when he returned. The same can happen in families. We can view this as the universe temporarily removing a toxic person from your field, essentially giving you a window of high vibration unimpeded by that person, as if responding to the positive intentions of the rest of the group. When you strongly align with your intention and refuse to have it derailed, often reality will rearrange itself, sometimes in surprising ways, to support you. In our cousin's case, perhaps on the day of a big job interview, the aunt happens to be away, sparing the cousin from her sabotaging commentary and allowing the cousin to shine. This case study shows how other people's energies, especially strong negative forces, can act as roadblocks or detours on the path to manifestation. It's not that anyone's will is stronger than yours in a metaphysical arm wrestle. Rather, it's that negative energy, if unshielded, will entangle with your own. Over time, if you're constantly exposed to a toxic field like that, and you might internalize some of those low vibrations, believing the harsh words, adopting a habit of pessimism to cope, etc. The good news is that awareness is power. Once you identify a toxic influence, you can begin employing tools to protect and reclaim your own energetic sovereignty, even if you can't physically escape that person immediately. Aligning with intention and removing toxic influences. When you hold a clear, high vibration intention, for example, I am succeeding in my career, or I am healthy and joyful, anything not in alignment with that energy tends to either rise up to meet you or fall away. This is a core principle in both the law of attraction and the law of assumption. If you persist in a strong positive vibration, the universe will work behind the scenes to resolve conflicts and remove obstacles. Sometimes, as noted, this might mean a negative person in your life is temporarily distanced. They cancel plans, move away, or otherwise exit your immediate experience. In more extreme cases, people who consistently undermine you might drift out of your life entirely once you no longer match their low frequency. As one spiritual author suggests, when you continually cleanse negative links and reinforce your light, soon, these low vibrational people cannot affect you in a negative way again. Your life gets cleared of any people that create negative links to you. It's as if your reality timeline shifts so that those individuals either change their behavior or no longer show up on your path. Indeed, many who raise their vibration report that certain friends or relatives either improve their attitude or simply stop coming around. You can aid this process with conscious intention. Wish them well, but create a wall of distance, as Amelia Bird advises. This isn't done out of hate, but out of self-love and preservation of your manifesting energy. Sometimes even affirmations of separation can help. For example, telling yourself, I am not available for toxic interactions, or I don't want to engage in negativity anymore, and I won't. Such statements clarify your boundaries to the universe. If someone truly cannot support your growth, the universe may orchestrate a parting of ways. Think of it like this. When you're tuned to a higher channel, those broadcasting on a much lower frequency literally can't tune into you as easily. Either they'll rise to meet your new energy or find somewhere else to broadcast their negativity. Of course, we don't always have the luxury to cut off every toxic person, nor would we necessarily want to, especially if it's a family member we care about despite their flaws. What about people who cannot physically escape a toxic environment, e.g. living with negative family or a workplace with draining colleagues? This is where spiritual and psychological tools come into play, allowing you to protect and reclaim your energetic sovereignty even amid chaos. Protecting your energy, affirmations, shields, and rituals. Just as we take care of our physical health in a polluted environment, wearing a mask, installing an air filter, we can take care of our spiritual and mental health in a toxic energetic environment. The goal is to keep your vibration high and aura intact, such that others' negativity cannot penetrate or latch onto you. Here are some powerful approaches to achieve this. Affirmations and intentional self-talk. Your words and thoughts are the first line of defense. Use affirmations to reinforce your energetic boundaries. For example, I am surrounded by a shield of positive light. Nothing negative can touch me. If you sense someone throwing shade or doubts at you, internally assert a countering thought, such as, I do not accept this negativity, or I don't want these energies in my space. Simply thinking, I don't want to take on this person's energy, is an affirmation of your free will. It signals your subconscious to reject that influence. In psychology, this is akin to cognitive reframing. You're actively choosing not to buy into someone's harmful narrative. By consistently affirming that you are protected, strong, and unswayable, you neutralize much of the power that external negativity might have had over you. Visualize spiritual shields. The imagination is a potent tool for energy work. Many spiritual traditions encourage creating a mental image of protective light around you. For instance, you might visualize yourself inside a bubble of golden white light that keeps you safe and filters out any dense vibrations. A Reddit user describes this practice as imagining a protective field that surrounds you all the time and knowing that what you visualize and believe will become reality. Some people picture mirrors on the outside of their aura so that negative energy is reflected back to sender, with love, ideally, not absorbed by you. The key is to find a visualization that resonates with you. It could be angel wings wrapping around you, a suit of energetic armor, or a simple glowing orb. Do this routinely, especially before entering a known hostile environment, like before that family gathering with the heavy end. Over time, this practice trains your mind to maintain boundaries. You may notice the usual provocations don't get under your skin as they once did. Protective talismans and symbols. Physical objects can serve as both energetic tools and psychological anchors for your intentions. Many cultures use talismans for protection. One famous example is wearing an evil eye amulet, a blue eye-like charm meant to ward off others' envious stares. You might wear a pendant or bracelet that symbolizes protection to you. It could be a religious symbol, a crystal like black tourmaline known for absorbing negativity, or even a simple piece of jewelry you've charged with intention. The object itself carries the meaning you give it. Every time you look at or touch it, it reinforces the thought, I am protected from ill will. In some traditions, people also place salt around their space, or wear certain herbs for protection. While the material aspect can be debated, the energetic and psychological impact is real. You feel safer, and thus you are more energetically secure. As one practitioner noted, whether it's a special necklace or a personal token, use it if that feels right to you, but remember, even without it, your own confirmation of being protected is what ultimately shields you. Cleansing and rituals. Regularly cleanse yourself and your space of accumulated negativity. Just as you'd shower to wash off physical grime, do an energy cleanse to wash off emotional grime. Practices include burning sage, smudging, or incense to purify the air. Taking saltwater baths, salt is believed to absorb negative energy, or using sound, like ringing a bell or playing high-frequency music, to break up stagnant vibes. You can also practice cord-cutting meditations, a visualization where you imagine severing energetic cords between you and anyone who's draining you, often with the help of Archangel Michael or another protective figure. Prayer is another powerful ritual. Simply praying for protection or asking your spiritual guides/angels to please clear any negative energy that doesn't belong to me can invoke a high-frequency assistance. According to one source, calling on Archangel Michael to clear negative links and inviting divine light to surround you will ensure that any negative link from others cannot even make contact with your field. This specific method matters less than the intent behind it. By devoting time to sacred self-care, you not only remove low vibes that might have latched on, but you also send a strong message to the universe and yourself that you value your energy and will not allow it to be contaminated. Energetic boundaries and community. Lastly, set practical boundaries where possible. Limit the time you spend with known energy vampires, or, if you must be around them, limit the topics of interaction. Steer conversations away from your cherished dreams when you know certain people only respond with sarcasm or criticism. At the same time, seek out high vibrational company, people who genuinely support and cheer for you. The more you surround yourself with uplifting energies, the more insulated you are against the lone naysayer. In terms of manifestation, a supportive collective consciousness, even if it's just a couple of close friends who believe in you, creates a kind of positive reinforcement loop that makes you near impervious to the darts of envy. In the law of assumption philosophy, it's often said that everyone is you pushed out, meaning if you change your self-concept and assume strength, you'll observe either the people around you changing their tune or negative ones fading out of your experience. In a sense, by holding your inner state steady, you teach the external world how to interact with you. By integrating these protective measures, you effectively reclaim your sovereign space in energetic terms. You'll find that other people's jealousy, hatred, or unconscious sabotage can no longer latch onto you or slow you down. Instead of your vibrational field being at the mercy of others, you become the dominant vibration in your life. You can then move towards your manifestations with far less resistance. Conclusion: co-creating in a world of energy. Manifestation is often presented as a purely personal endeavor. Ask, believe, receive, as if it's just you and the universe. But in truth, we are co-creators living in a sea of energies and influences. Metaphysically and even psychologically, the company we keep and the vibrations we marinate in play a major role in what we experience. If your dreams are delayed or not coming to fruition, it's worth looking not only within at your own beliefs and feelings, but also around you. What energies are you swimming in daily? Are you surrounded by support or sabotage? Identifying the metaphysical causes of manifesting blocks, such as others' jealousy or a toxic collective mindset, is empowering because it broadens your toolkit for change. You can address the issue on multiple levels, spiritually, with intention, prayer, energy work, mentally, with affirmations, boundary setting, and practically, through distancing from negative influences and seeking positive ones. Remember that ultimately no outside energy is stronger than your free will and alignment once you truly step into your power. The universe is conspiring with you, and oftentimes it will conspicuously pluck away the obstacles, even if they are people, when you commit to a path of growth. In those moments when you cannot change your outer circumstances immediately, you still wield the power to keep your inner light shining. As you do so, you become a sort of beacon. Your high vibration can even uplift others over time, or at least render their negativity ineffective. Manifestation, at its heart, is a dance of vibrations. By being mindful of the energetic choreography, your steps, and the influences dancing with you, you ensure that you stay in rhythm with your desires, unhindered by discordant notes around you. In this way, you honor both the spiritual truth of interconnection, we are not alone and collectively create reality, and the individual truth of sovereignty, I choose the energy I radiate and allow in my space. Balancing these, you'll find that delays dissolve and your intentions begin to unfold with greater ease, as the path is cleared for the universe to deliver what you've been asking for.